Afternoon, everyone. I'm Raj, and I'll be your host for this special Women's Month Pep Talk here at Lux Duty Free. I'm thrilled to be with you as we celebrate the achievements, brilliance, resilience of all the women in all aspects of life. And to all our live viewers on Facebook, hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Whether you're at home, at work, or whatever you may be, happy Women's Month. At it is indeed mabuhay ang kababaihan. And today, we will explore topics that deeply resonate with many of us today. Passion, confidence, and managing stress while balancing work and family. And we are honored to have exceptional women with us who will share her personal experience and practical advice, not just in careers, but in our personal lives. Our guest today is a remarkable woman and advocate for justice. She is currently the only female undersecretary serving in the Department of Justice and leads the department's public service and strategic communications cluster, overseeing its public information and advocacy initiatives. Before entering public service, she was a professional ramp and later became president of the Professional Models Association of the Philippines, where she championed fair labor practices and professionalism in the modeling industry. Today, ladies and gentlemen, she continues to make a meaningful impact through her work in the government. She is a strong advocate for persons deprived of liberty and leads initiatives such as the Katarungan Caravan, which brings legal services closer to communities and correctional facilities. In partnership with the Bureau of Corrections, she also supports livelihood programs in arts, crafts, and e-commerce to help women's PDLs develop sustainable livelihood skills and opportunities for a better future. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming BOJ Undersecretary Margarita and Gutierrez. Hello. Good afternoon
Good
po.
afternoon, Sman.
Happy Women's Month.
Also, just want to correct rin, just wanted to let you know na dalawa na kaming
Wow.
undersecretaries females at Department of Justice. We also have Yusek Anika Grandong, who's currently in the US right now in New York for
Wow.
CSW 70 on the Commission on the Status of Women. So she's representing our agency.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
happy na dalawa na kami. May kakampi na ako pagdating sa mga issues sa kababaihan. So there.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that. And before we dive into our main topic for today, let us have a little check-in. How are you feeling today? Are you excited?
I'm excited, but also a bit nervous because this is live. So I don't want to say the wrong things, but
Mhm.
also I'm really happy to be here. It's been such a great month. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kababaihan. Ang daming nangyari.
Yes.
Ang daming mga issues involving women, but I love the support system that we have. So it's been a really great month.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Yusek March, for sharing that. And are you now ready to tackle about passion and growth?
Sige, let's do it.
Let's do it. I know all of you guys, especially to our live viewers on Facebook, are all excited on this topic. So let's get into our first question of the day. So let's talk about many women today aspire to grow professionally while maintaining their personal lives. How did you confidently pursue your career success in a competitive environment?
Um, in my own opinion, in my own personal experience, I think I was able to navigate yung mga competitive environments, the challenges and hurdle that comes with having this position. As I think because of experience and also by being prepared.
Yeah.
So like when we were younger, diba, when we're in high school, when we take exams, important talaga na maging prepared.
Yes.
So I really focus on being prepared every time there's a challenge or my hurdle, I come prepared. And also, I was able to navigate it basically because of my experience. Talagang dinamdam ko lahat ng mga life experience na dinaanan ko sa buhay. And it really helped navigating these challenges later on in life.
It is indeed that women can really grow, lead, and nurture, especially the things that we love the most. And the second question for you, and if you have questions, guys, in the comment section, feel free, guys, to comment it down below. The question for you is, how do you ensure that success at work does not compromise your personal happiness?
Okay, to be honest,
It's a
being
bit
a
personal.
I know, also being a public servant,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to,
Mm-hmm.
to switch off your brain and say
Yeah.
that, oh, okay, this is personal lang muna ha,
Mm.
or ito work eh. You can't eh. There's like
Mm-mm.
a blurred line between that because
Mm.
as a public servant, me personally, I want to be there for everyone, kahit 24/7, because I really enjoy what I'm doing. I really love helping out people. And that's why one of the things that we established at the Department of Justice is magkaroon ng strengthen namin yung DOJ Action Center namin, particularly yung Katarungang Caravan namin.
Yeah.
Eh, kasi kami yung frontline service. Kami yung nagpa-provide ng legal aid sa mga
Wow.
nangangailangan. Kami rin yung nagbibigay ng mga referral. So we really strengthen it by having the Katarungang Caravan wherein we go from different cities, bringing in all the services of the Department of Justice. So, yun nga eh, dahil nakita namin yung need na kala namin parang yung legal aid dapat sa office lang.
Yeah.
We realized that we really need to bring access to justice, the grassroots level. So sa mga barangay. And then from there, maganda yun yung naging turnout namin. So, ayun. So, people before, they would call me straight. But now, because we have the Katarungang Caravan, we have the DOJ Action Center, alam na nila where to go.
And you have the sense of fulfillment while doing that.
Of course, because it's something, as I said, it's something I really love to do. I love where I am right now. I love that I'm able to help many people. And
While
it's
working.
been like a dream of mine to be of service talaga. As in, bata pa lang ako, gusto ko na talagang maging lawyer para madaming matulungan. So that's why I know I'm living my dream right now. So to be honest, I don't know if this is positive or negative, but when it comes to work, medyo blurred lines talaga when it comes to separating the personal. Kasi it's something you both love.
But if you know, guys, at the end of the day, I hope we should never forget that we are truly live the life we're working for. At the end of the day, we are not just building careers, we're building lives. And for the next question, can you share a personal experience when you face a major challenge in your career and how you overcame it?
Okay, naisip ko sa major challenges yung mga relationships.
Major.
That's not the time
I think
for
we
that.
can tackle that offline.
Ayun talaga mga major challenges. Just kidding. No, but career-wise, I think I would have to say it was back in 2011. So there was a painful chapter in our lives, particularly sa mom ko.
Okay.
She went through something painful back in 2011 with regard to her work. And then she was also in government that time, and she decided to stop.
Oh.
She decided to resign early. So me, bago pa lang akong abogado yun, you know, as I mentioned earlier, bata pa lang ako. I wanted to be a lawyer. And not just any type of lawyer. Gusto ko maging government lawyer kasi nga gusto ko makatulong sa marami. And I feel like, you know, because I was inspired by my mom, I'll be able to do the same thing, diba, once I become a lawyer. Pero yun nga, dahil naging masakit yung experience, sabi niya sa akin, Marge, it's okay, don't go government muna. Let's put up a law office, let's work together, let's build your career muna in the private sector. So syempre, I was really heartbroken because, you know, my whole life, I've been telling people, I've been telling friends, anyone I get to talk to na, oh, paglaki ko, magiging government lawyer ako. Tapos biglang hindi nangyari. But then, you know, being the dutiful daughter that I am, I followed my mom. Also because I know she needed me to help her set up her law office. So I stayed. And I became a corporate lawyer. And then I was happy naman with my career. You know, I was able to earn well, diba? Compared kasi sa government. Diba? But I was able to earn well. I was able to meet a lot of people. Marami ako naging experiences as a corporate lawyer. And I was really happy with that. But I always felt like there was something missing in my life. Parang hindi ko ma-explain eh. Parang iniisip ko naman, masaya naman dapat ako, logically. Pero laging merong something
May
na,
gap.
Oo, parang may nararamdaman ka na parang may kulang. At hindi love life yun. Parang may kulang lang talaga. And then later on, na-realize ko na what was lacking was that sense of fulfillment, of
Yeah.
being able to be of service to others. As in, no joke, talagang naramdaman ko yung sense of fulfillment nung nasa gobyerno na ako. Nung nakikita ko yung success ng aming mga katarungan caravan, yung marami kami natutulungan, yung mga PDLs na nakakalaya because of our katarungan caravan. Iba talaga yung sense of fulfillment. As in, kahit anong hurdles and challenges, pag binabalikan ko yun, sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, all worth it.
Yeah.
All worth it. The pain, the struggles, all worth it. Because at the end of the day, you made someone happy, you were able to help. And wala, yun na pala yung purpose na nararamdaman, na hinahanap ko.
It is indeed lead to purpose. Thank you so much for sharing that, Yusek Marge. I just, realized from the thing that, gave that Yusek Marge gave us, behind every success story, there is a perseverance and strength to all of that. And let's now dive into the topic, confidence. You
Okay.
look so confident right now. And thank you for those inspiring insights that you have shared. And many women today, especially in today's generation, struggle with self doubt. How did you build your confidence over time?
Um, I guess it helps that from the very beginning, I knew what I wanted in life. I said I wanted to become a lawyer. Although medyo segue tayo to a different
Yeah.
type of lawyering. But nonetheless, I was able to achieve it because I've already set a plan in motion on how to do it. So I wanted to become a lawyer. Then I plan how to do it, kung saan akong school, ano dapat gawin ko, kailangan magaganda
Ganda.
grades ko, di ba, dapat ma-familiarize ako,
Mhm.
paano ba ako makakatulong. So it helped that I was prepared for it. But then again, there are a lot of things that you cannot anticipate. So that's where experience comes in. So, I really went through it all. In the past, I'd be afraid to try on things. I was afraid to fail. But later on in life, I realized that those setbacks, those failures, it really helped me become the person that I am. And also, it's good thing that, I really wanted to become a lawyer. Hindi lang siya parang dahil sinabi lang ng parents ko or dahil yung mom ko, lawyer. It was because I really wanted for myself. I know that I'll be happy if I'll become one. So that's why when I set my mind na I'll become a lawyer, I'll do that. So I guess that's how I was able to build confidence because I knew what I wanted from the very beginning. I made a plan how to get it. And then lastly, I left everything, I experienced everything that comes with it. And, I wasn't afraid to experience things, to fail, to be happy, diba? So those things, those really helped me navigate it confidently.
Yusek Marge is indeed inspiring ever since she's a little, she already know who you are. And I think that's very inspirational to many of us. It's good to hear that how facing challenges, your self-doubt turned into some to grow, you grow into that, and at the same time you learn from that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And for sure many of women here listening right now can totally relate on that. And have you ever experienced moments of insecurity or
Yes.
burnout?
Both.
And how did you overcome them?
Babae tayo, so minsan
Yes.
na-insecure tayo. But that's okay. I think it's good to acknowledge that you have
Yes.
these insecurities. It's more of a question of what do you do about it, right? So in my case, whenever I feel insecure, I step back. I relax. Kalma ka lang muna, brush. And then, I focus on my strength. So I remind myself na, I may not be the most beautiful in the room or the smartest or even the most successful, but I know myself.
Yeah.
I know my strengths. I know my values, and I know I'm pretty good. So it helps. Na you really know who you are inside and what you're capable of, what you can bring to the table.
Table. And that is confidence, everyone. That is the energy we are empowering right now. Thank you so much for that. If you could give your younger self one confidence tip, what would it be?
If I could tell my younger self how to be more confident, I'll advise her two things. First, it's okay to not be afraid to experience new things. Diba? Kasi nung bata tayo parang may pagkaduwag ka eh. Kasi nga you're afraid to make mistakes, diba?
Mm.
So, but if I can talk to my younger self now, I would tell her, Marge, it's okay, just experience
Yeah.
everything, the good, the bad, the winning, the losing, everything. Just savor the moment of being there and just learn from it if you make mistakes, and then or appreciate it if you win. And then second, failure. Ako, that's what I always
Yeah.
tell not only my young, and that's not something I would tell my younger self, but also youth now in
Mm.
general, younger girls. I would tell them that it's okay to fail,
Yeah.
especially now that we live in a society na,
It shows perfections.
we opt for perfection, dapat
Mm.
sa social media, filtered,
Filtered.
perfect, everything.
Mm.
It shouldn't be that way. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail because from failure, you learn your mistakes, you learn what went wrong, and then you become a better person.
Yeah.
But then, as corrected by Crystal Bello in our last panel interview when I was with her, she said, not only fail, but fail, you have to rise up fast.
Yeah.
Parang when you fail fast. Parang absorb na, you lament on it, you cry over it, but then get up
Get
right
up.
away. So that's a good advice. That's sabi ko, yeah, I'll have to add that the next time I give advice today. So there are those two things. Experience and it's okay to have failures. It's okay for setback. Walang perfect.
Mm.
Diba? Walang perfect. But it's your story. That's what makes it unique. Beautiful.
Yeah. You know, life is not perfect, but those failures is really a stepping stone for
Yes.
growth and success. And how important is family support in building your confidence?
Really important. Like usually, and I'd say most of the time, I'd have to consult my family first before I embark on something big, especially to my mom. And as I mentioned earlier, she was my source of inspiration. I became a lawyer because I was inspired by the work that she does. When my dad was still alive, I'd also consult with him and things of pag mga financial matters. Dad, may kailangan akong bilhin. But now, he passed away already. So I tend to ask my brothers about those things. But it's really important that you get your support and guidance from your family because, your family, yun yung magiging kakampi mo eh. All through, magkamali ka man,
Yeah.
diba? Or hindi mo gusto ng ibang tao yung mga desisyon mo, but your family, they'll be there. They'll support you, they'll be there for you, and right or wrong, hindi ka nila iiwan.
Yes.
So that's why it's really important for me to have the support of my family, and that's why I always seek their guidance in anything that I will do. Mga major life decisions lang naman. Pero hindi, just to add, no, medyo hindi lang sila enabler when it comes to shopping. They always tell me, tigil-tigilan mo na yung shopping yan. But I'm better now.
We're better now. We love shopping, so I can relate.
I think all girls.
After this, we can do a little shopping.
I know, balance for Jake.
Yes. So it is indeed, it's good that, we know that someone is there to cheer us, to guide us in all decisions we have in life. And at the same time, they allow you to fail. At the same time, they will guide you. They will teach you on how to do it. So thank you so much to our dear family who's our support system. And up next is thank you, DOJ USEC Marge, for sharing such empowering insights. I'm sure, guys, some of you reflect on those answers. What about you guys? Do you have any questions to our USEC Marge? If yes, you can comment down below. Okay, we have here from Rex Gabriel. What does equality look like to you?
Equality would mean having the same opportunities and being able to navigate it confidently and with purpose. The thing about equality, it's not just like men and women should always be the same. But I think life in general should be how you tackle it. It shouldn't be gender. It's about experiences and having the right morals and values. So that's how equality would work. It's not about gender. It's more of having really good morals and values and character.
And at the same time, especially in this day, everyone can do whatever one gender can do. It's not just really about gender based, not just enclosed in that, but people more likely can do whatever one can do. So right now we have another question from Raji Pravuga. Good afternoon. Who is the woman inspired you the most?
Easy. That would be my mom. The reason for who I am today,
Mm-hmm.
how I became the woman that I am now, is because of my mom. She inspired me to be the best
Mm-hmm.
version of myself, to um, to be of service for the people, and also to be, I don't know, she just really wants me to be better in everything. Kasi nga, I really look up to her. She's achieved so much in her life, and yet she's so grounded. She was the first female secretary of the Department of Justice. And I first one of the, I'm not sure about being the first woman was chief presidential legal counsel, but I think she's like maybe a few of them lang na naging babae, na babae na chief presidential legal counsel. But definitely she's the first female ombudsman. So, but
Wow.
despite her achievements, all these success in life, she's still our mom, na kapag may pasaway na ginawa yung mga kapatid ko or ako, kakagalitan niya pa rin
Mm-mm.
kami. She's still a mom first and
Mm-mm.
foremost. When I remember growing up, whenever
Mm-mm.
one of us would get sick, uuwi
Mm-mm.
talaga siya just to take care of us. And people would always say na, oh, even despite having all these big
Mm-mm.
positions or roles, at the end of the day, she was just a mom.
Yeah.
She's just our mom. And she will choose us over anything, any title, any work. So I really,
Mm-mm.
she really inspires me to be the kind of woman, to be of service. Because I don't have family yet.
Mm-mm.
Maybe someday I'll be like her as a mom, but as a woman, she's a woman for others. That's what I want to be.
It is indeed true that our mom is indeed our
Yeah.
mom. When our mom didn't like us, papaluin,
Oo, papaluin.
kukulitin.
Nowadays,
And I
bawal na
think,
yata yan, no?
oo.
Bantay 163 yata pag pinali mo yung mga kids.
But
Yeah.
it's a type of discipline
Oh,
before.
yeah, yeah. Kasi
Mm-mm.
dumaan din ako dyan.
Dumaan
Pero yung
talaga.
mga bata ngayon, hindi na.
Oo. So,
Right, Denise?
aside from that, do you have any memorable experience with your mom?
Oh, I have tons. I
Okay.
have tons. But I think one of the most memorable would be when I was 16 years old.
Hmm.
Was it 16 or 15? Sorry, 15 years old. And then we went to Europe.
Mhm.
So my lolo, before he passed away, he told my parents na before I pass away, I set aside money so that March can go on a Europe trip with my mom. So we did that. Well, di ba parang wishes of my lolo. So you know how in Europe
Mm.
that time kasi parang may discrimination pa.
Mm.
Okay? So we tried to take this train, and then yung tickets namin kasi was first class because we bought that from outside. Parang mas mura kasi if you buy it outside. So when we told the conductor, oh, well, we're gonna ride the train and we're on first class. And they were like, are you sure?
Mm.
So parang ayaw kami papasukin.
Mm.
Aba, yung nanay ko, nagalit. Why?
Sumugod.
Bakit? Hindi ba kami pwede? Parang in Italian, kasi it was in Italian, parang she said, because I can't speak Italian, but she's very good. She's also a
Wow.
linguist. So parang in little Italian, she'll say, why are we not worthy of this tickets? At first, when she was doing that, I felt embarrassed kasi syempre you don't want any promotions.
Mm.
But then growing up, I realized, and every time I look back to that experience, my mom did the right thing.
Mm.
She stood up for not only for me as a woman, but also for Filipinos. Kaya yung mga Asians na katulad natin, hindi dapat na-discriminate.
Yeah.
And every time I feel like I'm being discriminated on abroad or wherever, and challenges, I look back to that experience and I would recall like what my mom did, and it would give me strength to do the very same thing. So that's like one of the most memorable experiences.
And for sure, as a lawyer, you really embody that, being stood up with confidence and with power. Okay, another question from our live viewer from Kia Duco. Hello to Kia Duco. What is your favorite hobby to relieve stress? I think I already know, guys. Shopping.
Topic retail therapy. No,
Hmm.
seriously. And there's a sense of fulfillment also when you are capable or you're able to purchase the things that you want.
Yeah.
And that's why I always emphasize it sa mga lecture series namin, sa mga kababaihan especially na, economic empowerment is very, very important. Aside from health and justice,
Yeah.
economic empowerment is very important kasi for sure naririnig yung mga news na may mga ibang kababaihan na naging dependent solely sa mga husbands nila, di
Yeah.
ba? Nung kinasal sila. And then later on, nung nangaliwa yung lalaki or iniwan sila, they couldn't take care
Unable
of
na.
themselves. And it was really sad. That's why I always tell them, dapat may trabaho kayo. It's okay to depend on a man, but you know, it's okay. But it's okay for you to do that. No judgment, diba? To each his own. But you also have to save up for a rainy day. Because ang buhay ngayon, hindi mo naman ma-anticipate lahat ng mga challenges eh. But it's good to be prepared. So for all the women out there, I just really would like to advise you na prepare.
Yeah.
Have savings,
On
or
your
at
own.
least, you know, have savings enough na you'll be able to not just purchase the things that you want, but in the event na mangyari yun, at least you'll know how to fend for yourself and for your children. And may I note also, when I was in the DILG, you know, yung mga violent extremism, yung mga asawa ng mga former rebels, because they weren't able to be educated. So a lot of them, pag namatay na yung rebel na lang husband, ang nangyayari, they just marry another guy na from the
Oh my.
same na rebels din. And then wala, never na nag-progress yung buhay nila.
Life.
Kasi nga, kailangan nilang mabuhay. So instead of like taking care of themselves, they have to marry someone like their husband. So it's good thing that we had a program, yung sa ELCA, na magkaroon ng mga livelihood programs yung mga kababaihan na married to former rebels or rebels, so that they have an out in life. There's still time for them to raise or to save up, not only for them but for their children. So yun. So economic empowerment is very, very important. So ladies.
Yes,
save
ladies,
up.
I definitely agree on you, Sec March. Money is power. Money is power. Like when you can do lots of things with your own, you have your own savings, you can do whatever. Even other people is not on your side, you can eat alone. Especially nowadays that most of our women right now, I'm very proud that most of them are independent now. I think we are all aware now. And for the last question for our live audience from Moises de Guzman, what qualities do you think make a woman a strong leader?
Okay. Number one, she has should be purposeful. Whatever she endeavors would be purposeful. Kasi kailangan may mission vision
Yeah.
yung leader na yon. So she should know what she wants. And then second would be very intentional dapat. So she knows how to, now that she knows what she wants or kung ano yung mission vision niya for them, dapat she knows how to get there. And then lastly, she needs to be compassionate. She needs to be compassionate because it's really important that the type of leadership is not, you know, just based on strictly rules and policies. Dapat equitable. Dapat may compassion ka. Dapat may malasakit ka sa mga tao. Because when you lead with your compassionate heart, you'll be able to you'll be able not to only convince them, but they will follow you because they genuinely believe in you. So those three things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yusek March, for sharing those insights. And now let us transition now to stress management between work and family. For sure, as a lawyer, you already experienced lots of stress growing up. But our first question for you on this question is, how do you manage stress when the responsibilities at work and at home become so overwhelming?
So I do like a 5-step program every time things get overwhelming at work and at home. So number one, I stop.
Plus,
Pause, I stop.
breathe.
Just to move.
Mhm.
Number two, I step back.
Mhm.
And then three, I pray for clarity, for guidance, and for strength. And fourth, I get up and reassess the situation. And then lastly, I move on. So those 5 things. I learned this through experiences. I just didn't wake up one day and did this, but that has been a pattern that has been successful for me, and hopefully it'll be successful for anyone listening out there. But it really helps, especially number 3, the prayers, because you know, may not seem like it, but
Mm.
I really am a very religious person. I pray all the times because I always seek guidance. My mom was the same. She would me, I really hate missing mass every Sunday,
Mm.
but that's because that's where I get my clarity and my guidance for the week. 'Di ba? Kasi pag talagang hindi mo na alam yung gagawin mo, tapos parang kala, kahit na-experience mo, sometimes may mga struggles ka pa din. You know, you just really pray. I just really pray to the Lord, and somehow the answer comes
Yeah,
in one way or another.
true.
So, yun talaga. It has been really, it was really a good ground. It's how it keeps me really grounded. Those five things, and prayer especially.
It is indeed, you know, balancing work and family is not about doing it perfectly. And thank you so much for sharing your strategies. You know, for sure everyone can also use that, you know, pause, reflect. It's okay to breathe, guys. Reflect and, you know, overcame it with something that will help you thoroughly. And because it helps us recharge again and stay focused.
Yes.
And how do you set boundaries in between professional and personal life?
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, it's really hard to
Mhm.
blur the lines between work
And
and personal
personal
life
life.
because, like right now, where I'm at, I really love the work that I'm doing.
Mhm.
So even if it's not, if it's already a weekend
Mhm.
after 5 p.m., you know, if someone asks for my help, if kaya ko namang sagutin, I will because that's what I really love to. And there's no judgment in that. There's also shouldn't be any judgment if a woman would prefer not to, you know, take the response, to take the call, or wants to be a stay-at-home mom,
Mhm.
diba? But me personally, I really find fulfillment in work. That's why now, as I mentioned earlier, we did the Kataruang Caravan. We strengthened our DOJ Action Center and all its programs kasi nga, we wanted to let people know na may outlet. Kung hindi kami personally, at least tulong-tulungan kami sa DOJ Action Center. So there. So it's really, I mean, personally, I really don't see the distinction. But if necessary that I need to separate it and set the boundaries, I just tell them. You know, it's important to know what are your boundaries,
Boundaries.
muna, diba? And then from there, I suggest you write it down and then you practice those boundaries. But only if needed talaga.
Only if needed. But
Only
what
if
I
needed.
love, and I can truly see it, that you really love your work, you
Really.
know. And one thing I also notice when you love your work, you're not getting tired from what you're doing.
And you
As
don't feel
in,
like it's work.
yes, you don't
right?
feel it's work at the because you are feeling the sense of fulfillment, and at the same time you're happy helping other people. And to add to that, I actually see a post where someone emailed you asking for advice, and Yusek March happily share her personal experience with a long message, and I just read that.
Oh,
That's a very sweet. And right now, since we tackle about those things, let's now move into tackling about your personal philosophy in life.
okay, I thought you
Okay.
Ano ba yung
Okay.
mga brand reveal ng love
Yes.
life? No, just kidding.
What is your personal philosophy or mantra helps you stay grounded when life feels overwhelming?
So it's not really a mantra, but it's
Mhm.
more of something that I do. As I said
Mhm.
earlier, I really like praying because
Yeah.
every time I pray, I get a sense of
Mhm.
clarity, I get focus,
Mhm.
you know, I'm able to break down all
Mhm.
my concerns and issues. Kasi nga, di ba, when you pray to God, you tell
Mhm.
Him everything. So that really helps. So every time I'm in a situation where I really can't answer it because of anything, I just really have to lift up all everything to God. I pray. But another maybe one mantra that would
Mhm.
always that I would always use would also be take it a day at a
Yeah.
time. Kasi ang problema, hindi mo naman masusolusyonan yan ng isang araw lang.
Yes.
Sometimes it be days or weeks.
Mhm.
But it's important that you take your time,
Mhm.
diba? Especially nowadays na everything should be immediate, right? Pag may kailangan kang information, kailangan mo i-Google ka agad, diba? It should be there right away. But I realized that it's okay to take your time, especially when you decide on really important things. So take it a day at a time. That's another. So prayers and take it a day at a time.
For the last question, or if you have one thing to share with to all women who's watching us right now, what is it?
Pwede bang dalawa?
Yes, it's okay.
Because I'll be wearing two hats. Okay, as a lawyer, I want to remind mga kababaihan natin to know your rights.
Mm.
Educate yourself and know your rights so that you'll be empowered to do the right thing. You'll know how to defend yourself and you won't let people take advantage of you. Diba? Kunyari, merong kongresista na nagsabi, nagiinit daw sa kanya,
Mm.
call out mo. Mali kasi talaga yon.
The
So yun talaga. And you're able to
power.
call them out because you know your rights. You're educated. So
Mhm.
for all women out there, please, please, take time to read the law about women and about your rights. And as a woman naman, and not as a lawyer, I would like to remind yung mga kababaihan natin to love yourself.
Yeah.
Diba? Love yourself and know your value because if you know your value, you love yourself, people won't take advantage of you. Men and particularly, or yung mga partners natin, hindi tayo i-gaslight, di ba? Kasi alam mo kung paano. And you'll be able to get the deserve that you the love that you truly deserve. So please, ladies out there, know your worth. That's it. Just
Thank-
wanted to end on that.
Thank you so much, Yusek March, for sharing all of that. You're very inspiring. And for sure, many of us can truly relate. And we have bouquet for you as a token of appreciation. Happy Women's Month! Thank you so much.
Thanks, Miss
It
Raj. I
looks
really
good.
had a great time.
Really had a
And
great
I
time.
hope maraming natutunan yung mga kababaihan natin
For
in particular.
sure.
And also
all-
the men, no?
Yes, to all our live viewers, thank you so much. Once again, guys, this is Lux Duty Free Women's Month Pep Talk. And thank you so much from passion to purpose.